Okay.
Here's our packing, Chesapeake Bay packing tutorial. So, the first thing on the list, I'm going backwards off the list. All right, hope you like that. First thing I got is washcloth, which I'm not bringing. I'm just going to use my hands, and I'm not going to use a washcloth. Now, old towel for drying off after marsh mucking. I have this really thin, old, semi-beat up towel that I'm going to take. So I'm going to put this in the pile to go. It's going to eventually go in the bag. All right, toothbrush and toothpaste. I got this little bag. It's really cute. And I've got my toothbrush. And I got some hand lotion. I've got some toothpaste in there in the little, all right? It's gonna be awesome. So I've got my toothbrush and toothpaste. Okay, optional. It says camera, but I'm not bringing a camera because Miss Fevert's gonna bring a camera. So I'm not bringing that. Flip-flops. I don't use regular flip-flops. I've got my Crocs, which are red. So I'm taking those as my flip-flops. Okay, t-shirt for fish printing, that's optional. We are hoping that we don't do fish printing with t-shirts. And the reason that we're hoping that is because that means it's raining. That's their main, one of the many rain backup plans. So I am taking just a white undershirt here that I might print fish on. If you get to this, fine. If you don't, well, then you won't have a fish printed shirt. So what you do to do a fish print is you take a fish and you cover it with paint and then you put it on the shirt. And it looks cool. And then you're like, CBF, Fox Island, Trinity Episcopal, October 2015. And you make your special custom fish shirt and then you chop the fish's head off and put it in the pan and eat it. All right. So I got that. Next. It says quick drying underlayers. This whole bag, all right, we'll try not to show off my underwear because no one wants to see teachers' underwear. All right, but I do have long underwear.
Oh, long johns.
Yeah, so these are quick drying and they're synthetic. So I've got my quick drying underwear. I've got also for my synthetic tote bag, I got some synthetic shirts here. All right, this is one of those Patagonia Kathleen. Good Lord, please don't spend as much money as those cost to get yourself through this. I've got another one from Erase. It's just a long john shirt from Erase here, and it's just another long underwear thing. I've got some synthetic pants. These aren't cotton. They're like, these aren't cotton. They're some type of plastic product. So I'll take those. I got another jacket here and t-shirts. I bring an Under Armour t-shirt because also not cotton. So I've got a lot of synthetic stuff here. Even my socks, these aren't cotton, they're Smartwool. I take those. The belt is made of nylon. So I've got a lot of synthetic that I keep in this bag. This bag's all synthetic. I even brought my fancy quick drying running shorts here. All right, also not cotton. So I don't bring a lot of cotton because it doesn't dry. So I've got this whole bag.
Neither does denim.
Hold on. Can you guys be quiet since we're recording this and want it to sound real nice? So I've got all this non-cotton stuff. I'm putting my second pair of socks. All right, I've got I don't need two hats. One hat is going to work. This hat is synthetic, so I'm putting it right in there. Okay, so I've got lots of quick drying underlayers, warm waterproof footwear. I kind of did the opposite of that. I brought warm but not waterproof at all footwear, but quick drying. These are both water shoes. And one of them is going to be for marsh mucking because that's going to be really muddy. The other is going to be my general shoes I'm going to try to keep dry. And then I'm just going to bring a pair of tennis shoes, kind of like the ones I teach in, but just the old ones of those to try to keep dry. So I'll work to keep these dry. These will both be for wet. Okay? So these will end up getting wet, and that's fine. All right. Layers of clothing for warm hat, gloves, and scarf. I had a hat. I'm not bringing gloves. I'm not bringing a scarf. I've got a ton of fleece layers in there. And then a warm, hooded, waterproof coat. I've got my nice raincoat right here, and I'm going to take that on the trip. All right, so that's going to go in my synthetic bag because it is also made out of plastic. All right, let's talk about some gear. Yes, sunglasses are in my car, but I'm taking sunglasses. And I even have the nice big clamshell case from the women's sunglasses section at Target that I keep my sunglasses in because it's big. if it's polka dot and teal. So I'm going to bring that sunscreen I keep a teeny little tube of sunscreen, and I put it in a Ziploc bag so that it doesn't bust all my stuff up. And then to make it even more secure, I'm going to put it in my little toiletries case, which is a little from the Limited. And that way this is less likely to get sunscreen in my bag, because that's important to me. Flashlight. I have a headlamp here. All right. So those are pretty sweet. I'd say a headlamp's better than a flashlight. If you don't have a headlamp, bring a flashlight. That's nice because at night it's dark. There aren't lights. There is a little bit of electricity that plays from the solar panel. Like the kitchen has a fluorescent light. But when you're walking to the bathroom at night, you're going to want this to get to the end of the hall. The same as you do in your own house, but you have night lights. Pen, pencil, and a journal. I'm going to bring that for you. We don't all need a special journal. We don't have a journal that's going to be thick or need multi-pages. So I'm just going to bring you guys paper and stuff to write with. So don't worry about that. Bandana to use as a napkin. I do not have a bandana included in this thing, but I would bring that because we're not going to have paper napkins. Martin, if you can't participate, you're going to need to sit in the back, okay? Thank you. Water bottle. I've got it. I got myself a Nalgene, which is sweet. Okay. Plastic bag to bring home wet, muddy clothes. I have on hand about 4 of the Kroger bags, and I'm going to take those just in a little side pocket. And at the end, whatever's wet, I put into the Kroger bags and then can put in my bag to get it back home. As they say in big letters, the muddy clothes can't be thrown away there. We're going to bring the trash back. So either way, we're bringing back all the trash. All right, sleeping bag and pillow. I have both. This is what I use as a pillow when I'm like car camping or whatever, because it's small, and it also works as a blanket because it is a blanket. And that's nice. And then my sleeping bag. Let me make a suggestion for your sleeping bag, and that is that you stuff it as such. When you put it in the stuff sack, I would put a plastic bag around it. All right, so I'm going to take out my sleeping bag, which is nice. Could be cold. Probably not too cold. Not quite as cold as it is here, but it'll be close. So this is just a regular old kitchen trash bag, and I put it in the stuff sack, and then I fold it out. I bet you some of you guys have done this before. Fold it out on the outside, and then I stuff it in there with the kitchen bag, lining the stuff sack.
Why is there a kitchen bag?
So this is going to keep it from getting too wet. So then what I can do is take the top and close it. And I'm going to push all the air out. I'm going to seal it out, and the vacuum actually, because it's no air can get in or out, keeps it small. So then I tuck that in and do that, and I can put the top back on this thing. So that is a way that I keep my sleeping bag nice and dry. If all goes well, all your bags should be dry, but in life, especially on boats, since we're taking a boat to an island, there's a chance that could be some water. And if a couple of your clothes get wet, that's all right. We got friends, and friends have clothes and stuff, but your sleeping bag, you want to keep nice and dry. So that's that. Now the last thing I haven't covered is the most common thing that you want to take, which is lots of cotton clothing. And I have lots of synthetic clothing, but not lots of cotton clothing. But I do love some cotton clothing. So in this bag, I've got some fresh underwear to sleep in and a couple fresh t-shirts, because that's really nice. I'll come up with some shorts. These are cotton shorts, so I'll take a pair of cotton shorts. And my favorite thing for sleeping of all time is my hoodie. So I'm going to take a hoodie. So I'll be real comfortable. Now, I'm going to also take one pair of cotton pants for mucking around or for hanging out inside the house. So I guess those should go in my cotton bag. And the last thing I'm going to take is 2 special items. And that's a bathing suit, because if it's nice like today, it'd be great to get blasted in the shower and swim around for a few minutes, get cold, and then put on some nice warm clothes and hang out in the lodge. So I've got my bathing suit, and I've got just one, I would say, because you can let it sit out in the line and then put it on wet if you need to go swimming in. I've got an old Food Science Club Virginia Tech shirt, and I've got this pair of these like kind of wind pants that I never use for anything much, but I'm going to wear these, and this is for my marsh mucking activity. So it says, yeah, it says there that you're going to want to bring clothes for 3 days, so I've got my synthetic stuff, an outfit for marsh mucking, all right, a bathing suit, all right, and then closed-toed shoes. I need to tell you guys a rule. The Chesapeake Bay Foundation has a no open-toed shoe rule for their water activities. So your Chacos don't count. Your Crocs are fine. They're closed-toed, but they're not recommended. Keens are awesome. All right. So I've got closed-toed shoes here that are going to be good for working with. The warm weather gear, brimmed hat, shorts. I've got shorts, lightweight pants for bugs. I can wear these if I need to, but we'll go marsh mucking in them. I got a pair of pants. I've got my synthetic pants. And I've got cotton for sleeping in, rain gear, regardless of the forecast. Rain gear is great if it's really windy. So closed-toed shoes for the boats and canoes, that's key because you're going to all need to be in closed-toed shoes for the water activities. Okay, so what do I do with all of this stuff? I'm going to put it in my bag. I find that this is a great type of bag. I've got a shoulder strap to carry it from the boat to the boat. All right, here's my hat. I'm going to put the shoulder strap aside. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line the whole thing with a plastic bag. So I put the plastic bag in the bag, and then I'm going to take all my nice, neat, organized stuff sacks with my synthetic clothes and my cotton clothes, and keep this nice and big and open. I'm going to put in my pillow. I'm going to put in my shoes. I'm going to wear this pair of shoes, so I'm going to leave it out. Put in my fish print shirt. All right. My marsh mucking clothes can go outside the plastic bag because I'm not too worried about keeping them nice and neat. My Crocs, those are fine to get wet, so I don't need to worry about that. My water bottle, I'm not concerned if that gets water. My hat can handle the water. My bathing suit can handle the water. I want my clothes in the trash bag. All right. Keep my towel nice and dry so it's warm. And then the last thing I'm going to do is put my sleeping bag in here. All right. And then I'm going to close this bag. This should be fine. It's not supposed to be waterproof. If you need waterproof, we'd have to pack in dry bags like for a canoe trip. The goal of this is to deal with splashing and if it's on the floor, if there's a little water running around on the floor of the boat. All right. So then I put that in here. I try not to rip the bag with the zipper. So protect it with my hand here. Can you come zip this up, Chad? Go ahead. Okay. All right. Done. All right. So then I got my bag, and I'm going to clip it all together and make it tight. I'm going to put on the shoulder strap, and I'm going to be able to carry this on and off the boat. Thank you, guys.
What do you do? Yeah, I know she's